Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Uh, very good afternoon, my dear students. Welcome back to my practical lab online class CPC 595. You perhaps know that we have almost completed the syllabus of the modules stipulated in your course curriculum, that is the MACOUT of CPC 595. But the some most important test, we are again repeating the things because of absence of other students, and for your benefit only, because that is the most important test you should know. You are still you should know how the test is being conducted, as it is not possible for you to show practically in the physically presence situation in our college institute. So that's why again and again I am just giving you the video experiment and as well as the virtual lab experiment, how the experiment is being conducted, and so that you get acknowledge what is the procedure, what is the procedure followed in the practical experiment of the important lab experiments. I want to repeat because of more or less 90% completion of my syllabus. So most important test, again and again I am telling, earlier also told, that the most important test is the BOD, that is the biochemical oxygen demand, determination of the biochemical oxygen demand. Especially it is the test which is carried out in the wastewater characterization. BOD is one of the characterization which is called the biochemical oxygen demand, not biological oxygen demand. 90% student, 90% adult also by mistake they are saying biological oxygen demand. If you see the YouTube also, then the mistake every recording I have found biological oxygen demand, but the proper um, thing is that it is the biochemical oxygen demand, not biological oxygen demand. Now, this is one of the biochemical characteristics of wastewater. Why? Because this is so important. Why I am telling this is the most important test in water, wastewater? Because the wastewater treatment can be done once you know the what is the beauty of the wastewater. Otherwise, you can't treat the water. As I told you that the secondary bacteriological treatment is the main important treatment of the wastewater. As far our development is concerned, industry develops very rapidly, and the wastewater mainly comes from the industry rather than the domestic from our houses. So that's why the industry, because development, you can't resist the development. Development will be inevitable. Development should be happen for existing in our earth. So with the development, what is happening? The industry is rapidly increasing, and once the industry rapidly increasing, the wastewater emerging from the industry is also going to increase. So what we see, the more and more we are going for the civilization. We are going for the development of the society, of the country, of the nation. Now the wastewater generation, you can't stop. You can't resist the wastewater generation. It has to be generated from the various industries, as I have told you, along with the domestic sanitary wastewater from our premises. Now, industry wastewater is very alarming nowadays because they are using very toxic elements and very much objectionable elements which we can't dispose to our natural ecosystem like ponds, rivers, streams without treating the same. So this is nowadays is very important concern in the focus of the environmental engineering vis-a-vis a branch of the civil engineering, rather I would say. Now, why BOD is so much important? Because when we talk for the wastewater treatment, we have to treat the wastewater by in the secondary reactor, that is the biological reactor. Why biological reactor? Because bacteria treats the water. How bacteria treats the water? Several times I taught you in the class. I have taught you in the class several times. I taught because in the biological reactor, bacteria uses the waste materials. The waste means biodegradable organic waste, that is the carbonaceous organic waste that the bacteria takes as a food. So bacteria take as a food, and it grows. So bacteria using the waste which you are calling, that is a food to the microorganism. So what we call is a pollutant, that is the waste, that is the carbonaceous organic matter present in the water, that is nothing but the food to the microorganism, because bacteria takes as a food. So bacteria reduces the waste. So that's why you are calling bacteria treats the water. So that's why it is a biological treatment. And this is the only biological treatment which can be, without the biological treatment, no treatment of the wastewater cannot be possible. So nowadays in the whole world, I am telling you, the wastewater treatment is standing on the biological treatment of wastewater. Otherwise, there will be a tremendous problem, tremendous, it is a concern matter for treating the wastewater. It is a bacteria which treats the wastewater. Again and again I am telling, that's why it is called the biological treatment. Now bacteria, when the takes the food, it synthesizes, it oxidizes the organic matter in presence of oxygen. That means if more pollutant in the wastewater is there, more waste, more pollutant, more waste materials, that means the more carbonaceous organic matter which we call as a pollutant in the wastewater, if more water is there, then more oxygen is required. So what is the mode of the measurement of the pollutant into wastewater? By measurement of the oxygen. So if we measure the oxygen depleted in the water, that means the more pollutant the water is. If the less oxygen depleted in water, that means the less pollutant water is. Because if the pollutant is more, then only oxygen needed by the bacteria is also more. Isn't it? Is this portion is clear? If the pollutant is more in the water, then oxygen requirement also required by the bacteria is more, because oxygen is required by the bacteria to oxidize that pollutant, to oxidize this organic matter. Is this portion is clear? Then I can proceed further. This fundamental thing you have to understand. Is this portion
Yes,
is
sir.
clear?
Yes, sir.
Fine.
Sir,
Okay. So we have come to know that we measure the pollutant in terms of oxygen. That's why we have now I am going to the actual area where the test we are going to conduct today, which we have planned. So BOD is biochemical oxygen demand. That means we are finding out the demand of oxygen, requirement of oxygen. Requirement by whom? Requirement by the bacteria. For what? Requirement by the bacteria for oxidizing the organic matter. So that means the more the oxygen demand, the BOD is more. So BOD is nothing but it is giving the pollutant of the wastewater. If BOD value is more, then that means you have to treat the wastewater accordingly. The pollutant is more. Biodegradable organic matter is more content in wastewater. If BOD is less, then the pollutant is less. So what is the parameter? What is the standard stipulated by the government for discharging the water? The standard parameter allowable is 35 milligram per liter. If it is less than this, then no treatment is required. It is allowable. But if it exceeds 35 milligram per liter BOD, then you have to treat the wastewater, for bringing down the BOD before discharging into the ecosystem. That is the thing. So how we are going to find out the BOD? Now, first of all, you have to collect the wastewater from the drain and nala. If the opportunity prevails post COVID, then we'll definitely show you. Like other year, students also collected the nala beside the gate of the, I mean to say the Dr. Sudhir Chandrasur gate in front of our college gate. From nala, the students earlier who did environmental experiment under me, they have physically collected the sample water from the nala. Nala means Nardama, I am telling you, because we are collecting the wastewater for taste, raw wastewater. Rather, I will blackish, raw, not blackish, gray. The fresh sewage water, Nala water is gray. And when it is stale, the color is black. So what we used to do, we use for this experiment, we collect the raw wastewater from Nala or Nardama, and in bucket we are collecting. Okay. Now, this raw sample is being diluted in the laboratory for the experiment purpose. Why I am saying that diluted? Because if you do the experiment with the raw sample, then the lot of reagents will be consumed, so that will not be economical for the test and for the research work. So generally the principle is that raw wastewater is diluted. How many times diluted? 10 times, 20 times, 50 times. Suppose you take 25 ml of raw nala water and you just measure, you take the measurement. 25 ml glass cylinder is there, small cylinder, 25 ml cylinder is there. You measure the 25 ml wastewater sample, and then you pour it into the 1 liter bucket, and you balance 1 liter bucket you filled with the tap water. What does it mean? It means how many times dilution you have taken. 25 milliliter you are diluting to 1 liter, that means 1000 milliliter. Can anybody tell how many times of dilution you have done? What is the dilution factor? How many times dilution you have done? 25 to 1000 means. This was also discussed in the class earlier. 25 milliliter raw nala water I have taken, and I have made it to 1000 ml by adding the tap water. What does it mean? How many times I have diluted the raw sample? Can anybody tell?
40 times.
Very good, Subhrajit, because 25 into 40 is to 1000 milliliter. That is 1 liter. So the dilution factor, you have to know how many times you are diluting, because why I am saying actual BOD, when you will find out in the experimental lab, take it, my dear students, kindly take it consideration that you have found out the BOD with the diluted sample. So actual value you will get by multiplying the dilution factor, that is 40, which Subhodhi now saying. So 40 is the dilution factor. That means the actual BOD will be the BOD calculated value into the dilution factor. Now what is the BOD calculated value? Initial dissolved oxygen, that means the initial oxygen is that amount. Final dissolved oxygen after 5 days BOD is X2. So initial minus final, that amount of oxygen is depleted during 5 days. So that is the demand, that is the BOD, because it is due to the organic matter that oxygen is consumed by the microorganism. So DO1 minus DO2 is the BOD. And why you will multiply the dilution factor to get the actual value? Because you have diluted the sample. If you don't multiply the dilution factor, you will get the less value than the actual. So the funda is, the BOD is the initial DO minus final DO into dilution factor. I will show you how in the practical experiment the BOD value is obtained. Is this portion is clear, my dear students? Is this portion is clear?
Yes, sir.
Because if you know BOD, 90% environmental engineering you have learned.
Yes, sir.
If you expert in BOD, then environmental engineering 90% you have learned, my dear students. Because your mostly the syllabus is the water and wastewater, and in wastewater everything BOD is the main thing. If any company for placement comes for the recruitment, if the environmental personnel, if any question environmental personnel speaks, then definitely will ask what is BOD. And competitive service, if you see the questionnaire, need not to mention, you will see the previous question paper. BOD, the compulsory question will be coming in every UPSC, public service, corporation, KMCA, KMDA, whatever the, this is a common question you will get. I'm telling you. And those who are at in 2021 pass out batch studying in 4th year, they have also given the exam very recently in the assistant engineer level in the PSC. They have also told, sir, the question came from BOD. So this is the thing, BOD you have to understand very well. Now you can ask me, sir, why 5 days BOD we are doing, not 7 days, not 10 days, not 8 days? This is a very interesting question. The more and more question will be asked in your mind, the subject matter will be very much clarified, and will be a fundamental thing. Fundamentally will grow. Now it has been shown by research and experiment, but in the 5 days, 70% BOD already achieved of the ultimate BOD, because BOD is a gradual process. This biodegradation by the bacteria, it is not a PC Sarkar magic that 1 and 2 hours it will automatically hawa. It will take at least 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. This degradation takes place by the bacteria. It's a time lending process. But how much we will wait? Our research work will be stopped if we wait for these 2 months, 3 months. So that's why the standard procedure is that, since experimentally it has been found that the 70% of the ultimate BOD has been achieved in 5 days. So let us have a practice that in all over the world, the BOD at 5 days BOD at 20 degrees centigrade is being taken as the characterization of the wastewater for treatment purpose. Now, suppose in the laboratory experiment 5 days is the Sunday, then what will you do? Will you go in Sunday to the college? Not possible because Sunday is closed. Then there is an option that 3 days BOD also can be done, and that can be done at 27 degrees centigrade. So if we take the 3 days BOD, then the incubation temperature has to be adjusted at 27 degrees centigrade. And if you take the BOD reading at 5 days, then you have to adjust the temperature of the incubation at 20 degrees centigrade. So BOD suffix 5 at 20 degrees centigrade and BOD suffix 3 at 27 degrees centigrade. Don't forget these things. Okay, this is very fundamental and primary things for the wastewater characterization. Now, how will you test before showing practically the test being happen? How will you going to test? As I told you, you have collected the sample from Nala and Nordoma and you have diluted. The process of dilution I have told you already 40 times I've diluted, and that diluted sample you have first you have to seen the the diffuser of the aqua pump which is being placed in the aquarium, fish aquarium. That diffuser ঝর্ণার মতো এরকম ফুটফুট ফুটফুট করে বেরোয় যখন অ্যাকোয়া পাম্পটা চলে. So this type of aeration with the diffuser has to be applied in that 1 liter solution. Why? Because we are pushing the initially oxygen for surviving the growth of the bacteria for microorganism. And not only that, as we take Horlicks, Complan, Viva, etc., for our nutrient, so the bacteria also require the nutrient for their growth. So what initially we are adding in the BOD bottle, different shape I will show you. It is a 300 ml volume called BOD bottle. Specially, it is named as BOD bottle. When you go to market for buying the BOD bottle, you will ask, give me the BOD bottle. Why BOD bottle? Because it is a calibrated bottle for BOD purpose experiment only, specially for BOD bottle, glass bottle, and the volume is 300 ml. Okay. Now, in the BOD bottle, when you pour the wastewater aerated sample after the aeration by diffuser, as I have told you that the aqua pump is required for aeration purpose, initially you have to push the oxygen into the system and you will pour bottle number 1 and bottle number 2. Two bottles should be there because you have to take the initial reading and you have to take the final reading. Initial reading of what? Initial reading of dissolved oxygen and final reading of dissolved oxygen. Now, the first bottle, when you have poured the diluted sample with aerated diluted sample, rather I would say the word aerated because you have done the aeration also, and you have put the aerated diluted sample in the two bottle number 1, bottle number 2, and after that you will add 1 ml each with pipette, calcium chloride, ferric chloride, magnesium sulfate, phosphate buffer. What I am telling, the 4 nutrients that are called the micronutrients. This type of question may be asked in the Viva. What are the micronutrients are used in the BOD test? Why micronutrients? Because these nutrients are required by microbes, by the bacteria for their growth. Because if they grow, then only we can determine what is the depletion of the oxygen, what is the degradation process of the waste takes place. If bacteria, so we have to survive the bacteria. So that's why micronutrient like calcium chloride, ferric chloride, magnesium sulfate, phosphate buffer, each of 1 ml quantity, again I am telling, each of 1 ml quantity, it has already been stated in the standard manual, will be poured into the BOD bottle. Fine. One bottle I can place now it in the incubator by air tightening the stopper so that the air cannot be entered into the bottle. Otherwise, the erroneous result will be there because here is the main thing we are going to find out the oxygen. Oxygen in terms of what? Oxygen in terms of the pollutant in the wastewater, because we are determining the in equivalent of oxygen, the organic matter. Actually, we are measuring the organic matter in equivalent of oxygen. Since we cannot directly measure the waste material. So that's why by measuring the oxygen in equivalent of the organic matter, we can decide how much the pollutant strength is. Okay, that is the BOD. BOD is nothing but is the organic matter, is a pollutant, is the food of the bacteria. There are so synonymous terminology I am using for better understanding of this topic. Now, when you have placed the BOD bottle for the incubator for 5 days, then you have to adjust the 20-degree temperature on the BOD incubator. If you are taking the experiment for 3 days, if you are placing the BOD bottle in the incubator for 3 days, then you have to adjust the temperature at the incubator at 27 degrees centigrade. This is the expert thing you have to know. You have to keep in mind. Otherwise, you don't be able to do the proper experiment. This theoretical background, if you do not know what operation you will do, first of all, you have to know the theoretical background, then you will operate the system. Now, once the micronutrients have been added, as I've told you, one you have kept in the incubator for 5 days or 3 days, and another you are now ready to find out the dissolved oxygen initial. What is the dissolved oxygen? Because if you don't find out the initial dissolved oxygen, then after finding out the final dissolved oxygen after 5 days, you cannot finding out what is the oxygen exactly taken by the bacteria in oxidizing the organic matter. So you have to find out initially what is the dissolved oxygen. So initial, what is the procedure of finding out the dissolved oxygen? Because in your MACOUT syllabus, finding out the dissolved oxygen DO experiment is another experiment. So that I have combinedly, actually in BOD test, two simultaneous experiment is being conducted. One is the dissolved oxygen determination, another is a BOD. Because without the dissolved oxygen determination, the BOD cannot be done. So two experiments can be done simultaneously. Now, when you are finding out the initial dissolved oxygen, what first you have to add on that BOD bottle, that is already which you have done. BOD bottle, you have aerated sample water, diluted aerated sample water you have taken. You have taken 1 ml drop of calcium chloride, ferric chloride, magnesium sulfate, phosphate vapor, etc., etc. Now you are ready to find out the dissolved oxygen. How? What will you do? You will add 1 ml MnSO4. 1 ml MnSO4 means manganese sulfate, MnSO4, manganese sulfate. Then you will add alkali azide. Once you add the alkali azide, then the dissolved oxygen will be formed in a precipitated manner, and a precipitation will be observed in video experiment. I will show you how it will be precipitated. At least 2/3, that means 67%. 67% will be precipitated under the bottom. Then you will add the concentrated sulfuric acid. That is the last reagent to be added in the BOD bottle, and it will just like a mustard oil color. কাচ্চি ঘানি সরষের তেল আমি যেটা আমরা বাংলায় যেটা বলি, it will just like a mustard oil color, and that is the final color. Final thing is ready for the titration purpose. So what is the titrant? Titration purpose means you have to have a titrant and you have to indicator. The titrant is 0.025 normal of sodium thiosulfate. That is also question asked in the Viva BOSI. What titrant is used in the BOD test? It's a standard question I am asking you. So 0.025 normal sodium thiosulfate is the titrant which you are generally using for titration purpose. Now what is the indicator? The indicator is the starch indicator. Starch means starch color. You must have observed blue. That means, first of all, initially you will not add the starch. First, you will titrate with the mustard oil color sample. You have to titrate in the from that BOD bottle. You have to take 200 ml in the conical flask, which we call it a Enrelmeyer flask, conical flask, Enrelmeyer flask. So if you are difficult to pronunciation the word Enrelmeyer flask, better you can pronounce the word that is the conical flask. In that conical flask, you just pour 200 ml of that mustard oil color sample, and it is ready for titration. Then you add the not indicator immediately add. This is not the process. The right process I am telling you. First you add the initially the sodium thiosulfate titrate. Now you may ask me the question, sir, every time we are doing the titration by adding the indicator first, then we titrate. But here why we are not starting the titration immediately after the adding the indicator? The question is that if you start on adding the indicator, the lot of titrant will be consumed. So first you decrease the intensity of the content matter, that is the 200 ml which you have taken the mustard color solution by adding the sodium thiosulfate. Then you will see the color will be pale yellow, and then you will go on the adding the indicator. That is the process. That is the exact process, and that indicator starch solution when you will add, it will be totally a color of the violet blue. and then you the titrate till the end point color comes the colorless, that is the crystal color water, and it will give the dissolved oxygen in milligram per liter. The same process after 5 days or after 3 days you have to take from the incubator sample, and same process has to be followed. You have to take the final reading of the dissolved oxygen. So initial dissolved oxygen minus final dissolved oxygen, that is the BOD. But that is not the actual BOD unless and until you multiply with the dilution factor, that is 40 in this case, as I am putting the example, because dilution factor reduce the strength of the wastewater. So keep in mind, my dear students, at the end you have to multiply the dilution factor, because we know BOD equal to DO1 minus DO2 equal to into dilution factor. Again I am telling, what is BOD? BOD is DOI, dissolved oxygen initial, minus DO final into DF. So this is the BOD. So let me show you the experiment. Kindly tell me whether you can see the experiment or not. Can you see the screen? Can you see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
What
Yes,
you
sir.
can see, what you can see, you see the ড্রিঙ্কিং ওয়াটারের বোতল যেরকম হয়, আমাদের বিসলারি বোতল একটা বড় রাখা আছে, either 2 liter or 3 liter. Actually this is not the drinking water bottle, this is the bottle we are using for storing the wastewater. So from this is the in bislary bottle, that is the sample wastewater is there which you have collected from the nala or nordoma, and from there we will take the sample in the, I mean to say, in the BOD bottle. Now the person who is holding the bottle, that is called the BOD bottle. You must have seen that what is the shape of the BOD bottle. That is the 300 milliliter BOD bottle that the person is keeping in his hand. So kindly see the BOD bottle. So you see how the BOD bottle is looking like these things. Now this sample water, the turbid water, you can see this is actually the color of the raw sewage of from Nalaba Nordoma. You must have seen. This is the you follow my cursor. This is the basically the sample water that I am showing you, and there are the glass wards are there for doing the experiments. Okay. Now you see the addition of the nutrient has been added, and after that the, as I've told you, that 1 ml calcium chloride, 1 ml ferric chloride, 1 ml magnesium sulfate, 1 ml phosphate buffer, that is the 4 nutrients, each of 1 ml has been added, and after that we are going to find out the dissolved oxygen, that means MnSO4 is added, and now alkali iodide is going to add. What is the funda of alkali iodide? If you add alkali iodide, as I have told you, theoretically that the dissolved oxygen will be dissolved in the alkali iodide and it will get precipitate into the system. That dissolved oxygen in form of precipitation. You see how the precipitation is forming. I am just showing you. Now you have to shake in hands very carefully, top and bottom in inverted position. You have to shake in hands. That shaking will be done, that I am showing you. You see the alkali iodide, after the alkali iodide, this will be looking like this. Now you have to shake properly. That shaking will be done. I am showing you the shaking. You see how the shaking is being done. how the shaking is being done, you see. So slowly the precipitation is being formed. Slowly the precipitation is being formed. Now you rest on the table, and after some time you see the top portion is getting clarified, and the bottom portion, so 1/3 portion supernatant will be there, and the 2/3 portion precipitation will be there. And once this precipitation has been done, you see, this is the thing. Can you see? Can you see how the precipitation has been done formed? Can you see?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You see the beauty bottle, that 1/3 top portion is
Yes,
the
yes,
supernatant
yes.
water, clear water, and then the 2/3 bottom water is the precipitation has been done after adding. Now what we'll add? We'll add the sulfuric acid to make the mustard color. Very cautiously the sulfuric acid is being taken. You see that gentleman is very doing experiment very cautiously. So now we are adding the sulfuric acid, and the color will become the mustard oil color. Okay, because the whole oxygen now is dissolved into the sulfuric acid. Okay, now we are pouring as soon as the sulfuric acid is being poured, the total color of that reagent, of that sample bottle, you see in the beauty bottle, now it has become the mustard oil color. Now you airtight the stopper. Why you are airtight the stopper? Because carefully it has to be handled that no air should be entered into the system. Okay. Now you just shake properly before finding out the dissolved oxygen. Now it is ready. Now this sample is ready for determining the DO, that is the dissolved oxygen. Okay. You see the how the properly shaking is being taken place in hands, top and bottom, vertically. You have to shake in properly. Why? Because it should be in a soluble condition. That is the reason the shaking is being done. It should be in a soluble condition. Now out of this 300 ml, we'll take here it is in the 50 ml, but generally the practice is 200 ml. We'll show you in virtual lab also the 200 ml. We'll show you the 200 ml of this mustard oil sample will be taken in the conical flask. In this case, it is shown that 15 ml sample. Again and again, I am telling, in the conical flask, in the virtual lab, we'll show the 200 ml sample as procedure as per the manual is 200 ml sample is taken, and in 200 ml sample we have to pour into the conical flask like these things. Now it is ready for the titration. You see, without first you just pour first the sodium tau sulfate in the burette. For the tighten, how generally the practice is funnel. You raise the funnel on the top and pour the tighten through the funnel in the burette. This is the 50 ml burette capacity. So you have already poured the I mean to say the sodium tau sulfate 0.025 normal, and then now you add without adding the you see, without adding the I mean to say the indicator, you just add the tightened into that mustard oil sample, and the color becomes pale. Initially the mustard oil color, now it has become pale after adding the I mean to say the sodium thiosulfate. Now you have to add the indicator. This is the process of BOD test. You take it granted, you get acknowledged that immediately after in the I mean to say with the mustard oil solution, don't add the indicator immediately. After paling the after when the color is becoming pale after adding the titan, then you add the indicator. Now the indicator is being, actually it is looking white. The start solution is looking white, but if you add on this solution, the pale violet blue color will come. You see the color has become the violet type color, and that will be this color. That means the total color will be vanished after the titration endpoint, and that is the endpoint of the titration. So there the dissolve oxygen process I am just telling you. Now this is the process. Again the DO2 process, the same process is being done. Now over to Papia. Papia, are you ready with the video experiment? Yeah, virtual lab.
Sir,
Apia,
একটু দেখি, আমি ফোন থেকে অন হয়েছি, দেখাতে পারবো না স্যার।
am I? Will I show the virtual lab? আমি দেখাবো? Will I show the virtual lab? Virtual lab আমি দেখাবো না তুই দেখাবি? ওকে, আমি বুঝে গেছি তোর প্রবলেম হচ্ছে, আমি দেখাচ্ছি তাহলে। ওকে, ফাইন।
স্যার লিংকটা দেবো আপনাকে?
আছে আমার কাছে। Can you see my screen? My dear students,
sir.
can you see my
Link-টা দেবো?
virtual lab screen?
Yes, sir.
I am already showing the lab.
Yes, sir.
I am already showing the lab, Papia.
শোনা
Okay.
দেবো?
I am already showing the lab. I have the link. I am showing the lab. Okay. You know, we are going to now do the experiment of the BOD test in virtual lab. This is very, very important, and actual procedure has been stipulated by MHRD portal. Thanks to MHRD that they have done for the students. Students would get benefited from the MHRD contribution. This portal has been created by MHRD. So Ministry Human Resource Development. So MHRD portal they have created, and seriously I am telling you, because I did my PhD, at least 1,000 number BOD I have tested my sample, my research water on the wastewater in Doctor of Philosophy. So there whatever the procedure is being followed, it is nicely stated in the virtual lab, and this is step by step procedure. You must follow my students from the. So first of all, this is the test sample. That means on which we are going to find out the BOD. The test sample I am taking first. Okay. Subhajit, the skin is visible, na?
Yes, sir.
The experiment is visible. Experiment is
Yes,
visible.
sir.
First,
Yes, sir.
what take 200 ml of sample in a 2 BOD bottles.
Yes, sir.
So there are why 2 BOD bottles? Because BOD test cannot be done in one single bottle. As you know, the initial DO minus final DO. So at least 2 bottles is minimum 2 bottles is required. If better if you take 6 bottles, because 3 initial, 3 final. Because you must have do the erroneous observation. So three initial, 3 bottles for initial and 3 bottles for final. This is usually practiced, but here it is shown in virtual lab, the 2 bottles, one for the initial and another for the final. So test sample has been done. So one bottle has been taken. Now in the second bottle we are now will be taken. So 2 BOD bottles are filled up with the wastewater sample, as I am showing you. One for the initial DO, and another for the final DO. Now, why this thing is being done? This for diluting the wastewater, because of minimum usage of the reagent. Why diluting is being done? Why not we are working with the raw sewage? Because the consumption of the reagents will be less. Okay. Because concentration wastewater means less reagents will be required, so cost will be economy. So once the diluted sample has been taken, the stopper is being level one sample A and another sample B, the leveling is being done. Okay. Now why sample bottles are completely filled up to the neck? For to protect it from sunlight, no, to maintain the temperature of sample, to avoid mixing of bubbles with sample, all of the above. Okay. Now 1 milliliter manganese sulfate solution, the sample A, that is the manganese sulfate solution has to be added. For determining the DO, what we are doing, what we do usually do, just 1 ml first MnSO4 we add, then we are using the alkali iodide. Care should be taken. Now, once the manganese sulfate 1 ml you have taken, then you have alkali iodide azide solution. This is the color of alkali azide iodide solution. So, you take the alkali azide solution 1 ml. Here's now sample A, you have taken the alkali. You see the color how it is come. The alkali solution now it has to be shaken properly with the hands. That I will show you. You see how the shaken will be taken. You see hand shaken is done properly shaken up and down. Properly shaken has to be. Otherwise the precipitation will not be appearing. So allow the precipitate. You see how the supernatant is top and the bottom 70%, 67% precipitation is being done. That means the dissolved oxygen is being precipitated with this azide solution. Okay. Now, this inverting the BOD bottle upside down for 25 to 35 times and observe the precipitation when it is 1/3, 67% at least the precipitation done. Then you add the concentrated sulfuric acid 1 ml. Again, the quantity is the 1 ml. Okay. So MnSO4, manganese sulfate, then the alkali iodide, then the sulfuric acid. That step by step procedure you have to remember. Okay. Now you remove the stopper. You add the sulfuric acid, 1 drop or 1 ml, and total the color will be the mustard oil color. Exactly that color cannot be created in the virtual lab. This is the wrong color, but actual color I have already shown you in the practical experiment. So then you have to properly all the dissolved oxygen now goes into the solution while adding the concentrated acid. Now it is ready for the titration, that is it is ready for the dissolved oxygen. So you just open the stopper. And 200 ml, you have to take in the 200 ml of this sample into the beaker. You have to sample, you have to add the 200 ml of this sample into the beaker for titration. So we are adding the sodium thiosulfate. Sodium thiosulfate, that means Na2H2O7 of 0.025 normal as a titrant in the burette for titration purpose. Now once the pouring of the burette is filled up, that is the 50 ml burette, you just keep aside the funnel, and you see still I have not added the indicator. So first you add drop some drop portion of that titrant onto the sample which you are going to be titrated. After certain portion, when then the color become pale, then you add the starch solution. So you are here the point to be noted that in the beginning we are not started to adding the indicator which we usually do in other titration. That is the difference between the BOD test and the other test. So you see, once the starch solution is being added, it is pale blue color has come. or you can say violet color. Now you titrate the endpoints till it discolors, that is the color vanishes. So close the knob when the, so you see the, what is the normality of the sodium thiosulfate. Now this is 0.025 normal, correct answer. Okay, so you have got the value of the initial reading of the burette is 0, final reading 8.6. So what is the sodium thiosulfate vis-a-vis the initial DO of the sample, that is the 8.6 milligram per liter initial DO. Okay, now which indicator you have used? Starch indicator you have used, correct answer. So this is the thing. Now the initial DO you have taken. Now for final DO you have to take the sample into the incubator. As I've told you, this is a BOD incubator. Incubation has been taken place. If you go for the 5 days BOD, then temperature you have to adjust 20 degree. If you go for the 3 days BOD, then you have to adjust the temperature 27 degree. So here we are going for the 5 days BOD, so we have to adjust it the 20 degree and just observe for 5 days. Now after 5 days, after 5 days, still 1 day is remaining to come the 5 days. When the 5 days is over, now you take the sample, need a sample from the incubator for taking the final round BOD. Okay. So you take the bottle, take out the bottle from the incubator after 5 days. Now the same process, why the sample B is kept in BOD incubator? Now to prevent DO production via photosynthesis, to allow DO production via photosynthesis, to heat the sample, none of the above. So this is the sample B. Now here is your again we have to take the MnSO4. This is a standard process. 1 ml MnSO4 you have to add, then 1 ml alkali azote, and then finally sulfuric acid. This is the process for determining the DO. Okay. Now in sample B we add 1 ml MnSO4. Sample is kept in incubator at 20 degree centigrade, because BOD means 20 degree centigrade. So answer is 20 degree centigrade. Okay. Now again the same process. I am taking the alkali azote 1 ml. And finally, we have to allow for the precipitation, that is the 2/3 precipitation will be there, and supernatant water will be 1/3. As we usually practice, we follow this thing. So you have to shake before, unless and until you properly shake in hands, the precipitation will not, because it will be in a dissolved state, then it will forming the precipitation. So first, to bringing it in the dissolved state, so you have to shake properly with hands, and then allow you see how the precipitation is being taken place. And once the precipitation roughly two-third, that is 67% is precipitated by eye observation, then you go on adding the 1 ml sulfuric acid. This is the concentrated sulfuric acid. This last we will add. Now 200 ml you have taken for the titration, the standard procedure like these things from the sample B. 200 ml you have taken for the titration. Can you ready for the titration? That means pour the sodium thiosulfate 0.025 normal. That is the Na2H2O7 sodium thiosulfate. Open the stopper Na2H2O3. Sorry, Na2H2O3. That is the sodium thiosulfate. That is the titrate Na2H2O3. You pour into the burette for titration purpose. So once the titrate is poured, then funnel is kept aside. Then you first bringing the pale yellow color from the high concentration color by adding the titrate, that is the sodium thiosulfate, into the sample solution, and then after bringing the pale color, that is the process you add the starch for final titration. This is the two-step titration. One without the I mean to say the indicator for bringing the pale color, and then second stage you add the indicator, that is the starch blue, and you add the titration till the color is disappears, that is it crystal water colors will come. So this is the end process of titration. You take the reading 4.3 ml. So fine. So initial DO is 8.6, final DO is 4.3. So initial DO is 8.6. and final DO is 4.3. Beauty of the given sample is how much? 8.6 minus 4.3. And what is the dilution? You must have seen that what is the dilution? First of all, they are the 4.3. Dilution is 16.67. So 4.3 into 16.67. Tell me how much it is? 4.3 into 16.67. Here in this case the dilution is 16.67. So 4.3, if you see, just a minute, 4.3 into 16.67, 16.67. How much is coming? 71.68. 71.68. Yes, 100% correct answer, 71.68. This is very easy. Actually, what is the acceptable range? Range is, I have told you that 35, below 35, so it is generally less than 36 to 30. 6. Here it is shown 6, but actually below 35 can be accepted. Okay, so this is the thing I have shown you. Just a minute. Now I request any student, if you are ready with your computer, to share us the virtual lab. If you want to show us, we are interested to see how you can show the performance. So anybody, if you are voluntary, can come forward to share your computer. The if anybody is there, I request anybody to kindly just show us. You will be the student and you will be the teacher to us. I want to learn that how you will show us the virtual lab. Papiya madam is here, I am here. So this practice is required because I do not know at which level we have reached to you, whether you are expert in operating the virtual lab or not. So any student who can voluntarily show us, kindly please, come on please. Any student please, if you want to show us the virtual lab of the BOD test, If you have any computer, with the computer, if you can show the virtual lab of the BOD, please. Any student, please.
Okay, sir. Can I show?
Thank you, thank you, thank you for your positive attitude and approach. It's really a wonderful day and pleasure for us that the student is showing us the virtual lab. And now let us play a role. You are the teacher and we are the student. So I will ask the question, and as a teacher, you will answer the questions
No,
of the
no, sir. I can't. You are telling about to show anyone, sir. That's I am not that level to answer
there is
the
no age
question.
limit of the learning. Students, teachers can also learn from the students, and I believe in this principle. Okay, so carry on, Subrajit. Thank you very much for come forward. You are always positive in attitude, so this I like very much. So
Okay, sir. May I
kindly
share
share your
my
screen.
screen?
Yeah, yeah, of course. Why not? Papia, can you see the screen? Papia, can you see the screen? Papia,
Yes,
can
sir.
you see
Yes,
the?
sir.
Okay, now so Subhajit is going to share the screen. Subhajit, please.
Is it visible, sir?
Yeah,
Yes,
highly
yes.
visible. Carry on. Carry on, Subhajit. Carry on.
Okay. This is determination of BOD test. Objective is to find the biological oxygen demand extract by the given sample of wastewater. Apparatus used are BOD bottles, pipettes, chronicle flask, burette, baker, dropper, BOD instructor, etc. There is a small description of the whole situation in the lab. So this is the first step. First step is we have to take 200 ml of sample in two BOD bottles and dilute it with the distilled water by filling the water up to the bottleneck. So now we are performing this. So we will open the cork. We'll put the sample. Again, we open the cork of this sample bottle. Put it in it. Then we have taken another this sample bottle. Put the cork up. Now we have taken a bottle of distilled water. We'll put it in the sample bottles to dilute it. So now its labeling is going on. We are putting labels on the samples. First one is label A, sample A, and second one is sample B. Now question comes, why sample bottles are completely filled up to the neck? I think it is done to avoid mixing of air bubbles with the sample. Let's see what happens. It's right answer. So we go for the next step. So in the next step, we have to add 1 ml of manganese sulfate, better known as MnSO4 solution to the bottle named sample A. So we are going for the third step. Third step is to add 1 ml of alkali iodide azide solution to the sample A bottle. Here some instructions coming up. Care should be taken as there is no bubble creation in the bottle. So we are going for the next step. Next step is step 4. In this step, we have to mix the solution by inverting BOD bottles upside down for 25 to 30 times and allow the precipitate to settle down at the bottom. Now you can see the precipitates are going to be settled down. They are settled down gradually. So I think it's happened. So we are going for the next step. Next step is step number 5. Here we have to add 1 or 2 ml of concentrated H2SO4 carefully without forming air bubbles. So now you have to put up the cork on the sample 1. I think this step is completed. So next step is step number 6. In this step, we have to mix the solution by inverting the
Sir,
BOD bottles till all
hello,
the
sir.
precipitate dissolve.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, we have the training scheduled training class of the TPP training and placement from 4 p.m. But the link has been given to join.
This is for group A, B, or only group A?
Sir, both, sir. The it's from the training and placement cell.
Okay. So your class is from 4.
Yes, sir.
But it was given from 5. How it is? How it is from 4?
Sir, don't know, sir. The link has given that they have told to join.
When they have told to join?
Sir, 5 minutes earlier they have told to join.
Okay, let it complete, then I will leave. Just complete by Subrajit Banerjee, then I will leave. That should not be, it is clashed in the routine. That should not be, then again I have to incur the matter, but since Subrajit is continuing, let it be
No,
continued
no,
and
sir.
then I will leave.
Is it if
Okay, sir. Okay.
student wants or you wants to stop it, it will
No, no,
be
no. Just another couple of minutes, then I will close the class, okay?
okay. Okay,
Anindra.
sir. So this is step 7. You have to take that 200 ml of sample in a conical flask using pipette. So we are doing this. So now I think we have went to step number 7. Step number 8 is to take 0.025 in sodium thiosulfate in a Na2S2O3 solution for the burette. So we have ended the previous step. Step number 9, titrate the solution against Na2S2O3 at the starch. When the color of the solution changes to pale yellow, then continue the titration till blue color becomes colorless. Initial bullet reading is 0 ml. We are adding some starch now. So there is a question: what is the normality of sodium thiosulfate solution taken? So as you know, the normality of sodium thiosulfate solution is taken 0.025 normal. I think the question answer is correct. So now here we have given the observation. So here we have got a question: which of the following indicator is used during the titration? It is touch indicator. I think the question is correct. Go for the next step. This is the step we have to open the door. We have put the sample, close the door. You have to go for the increase the temperature. I think 20 degrees Celsius is good enough. Now, so we calculated 5 days actually. So now there is also a question comes: why the sample B is kept in beauty indicator? I think to prevent the DO production by photosynthesis. Answer is correct. In this step, we have to add 1 ml of MnSO4 solution to the BOD bottles named as sample B. As what we have performed earlier with sample A, it is the same process we are doing with the sample B. So that is also a question. Sample B is kept in an incubator at what degree Celsius? I think this is 20 degrees Celsius as we have set it. So it is step number 13. Add 1 ml of alkali iodide azide solution for the sample B. Care should be taken to avoid the bubbles in the BOD bottle. The color is changing, we can see that. So now step number 14, mix the solution by inverting the bottle upside down for 25 to 30 times and allow the precipitate to settle down at the bottom. So we can see that precipitates are settling down gradually, very slowly. I think they are very close to be settled down. Yes, they are settled down. So step number 15, add 1 or 2 ml of concentrated H2SO4 carefully without forming air bubbles. So it is step number 16. We have to mix the solution by inverting till all the precipitate dissolves. Step number 17, take 200 ml of sample in the chronicle first using the pipette. You have to take some more sample. I think that's enough. So take the sodium thiosulfate solution in the burette. So now it is step number 19. Titrate the solution against 0.025 normal Na2S2O3. Add starch when the color of the solution changes pale yellow. Then continue the titration till blue color becomes colorless. Initial bullet reading is 0 ml. So it is stopped. Now we are going to add some starch. So we are doing the titration. You have to close knob when the color of the solution changes to white. So now we made the end of our experiment. So we have to put the value of this. So I think the initial VO will be 6.5. Final DO will be 2.7. And here we have to calculate the BOD given or BOD of given sample. 6.5 minus 2.7 is equal to 3.8 into 50. I think it's 190. Let's see what happened. It's absolutely right. So that is the last question. What is the acceptable range of biological oxygen demand in drinking water? I think less than 6 milligram per liter. It will be right answer. Okay. Thank you, sir, for giving me the opportunity. I made an end of my virtual experiment. Thank you, sir.
Okay, just one word I have to tell everybody. Thank you very much for showing your nice that virtual lab PPT. And every student's outcome will be there in next class and onwards. Every students have to perform like these things. Otherwise, evaluation cannot be done because some students will become prepared for showing the virtual lab. Whatever the experience, it has all been stated in your class earlier. So some of have to come up with with showing the link to the teachers so that we can evaluate that you know the things. And only thing, one thing I must clear that the calcium chloride, sodium chloride, magnesium sulfate, and the phosphate buffers that has not been shown in the virtual lab, but it is assumed that when they have prepared the sample, they have already taken that thing. So that question may be asked by other students. So that was not considered in the virtual lab. Keeping in that, it is considered already that the micronutrients are already added there. So thank you, Suprajit. Now one question I must ask, এই যে আজকে যেটা